So a lot of people are talking about Jerome Ennis being a potential opponent for Terence Crawford. Now that Terence Crawford is undoubtedly the man at welterweight, people are talking about Jerome Ennis being a potential opponent. But I'll be honest with you, I think Jerome Ennis is probably one of the most exciting, entertaining, um, electric fighters that we've seen in the welterweight division for a long time. This guy just seems to have it all. He's got speed, he's got power, he's got ring IQ. He's very flashy. He looks fun to watch. Like he just seems to have it all. And on top of that, he's a fighter. He's not a fighter that's just gonna point score their way to victory the way Mayweather has. He's a fighter that's legitimately got pound for pound elite level talent. But at this point in time, I just don't know if Jerome Ennis is ready for Terence Crawford. I think Terence Crawford is one of the most dynamic fighters at this point in time. But not only is he dynamic, he's got championship experience, and not only that, his last 10 championship fights, he stopped all of his opponents. So it's fair to say Terence Crawford is probably one of the hardest punching, most talented fighters in the sport today. So for Jerome Ennis to go up against Terence Crawford immediately now, I think it's almost like suicide. I feel like Jerome Ennis defensively has got a lot of frailties. If a fighter like David Villa can land uppercuts on you, then imagine what a fight like Terence Crawford can do to you. So I'm just thinking at this point in time, he's not ready for Terence Crawford. Like a title shot against Terence Crawford is way too premature. What Jerome Ennis needs to do is he needs to fight people within his weight class that are just one or two levels above where he's fighting right now. So he should fight the Keith Thurmans of the world. He should fight Stanios. He should fight Virgil Ortiz. Hell, put him in there against Errol Spence as well. But I just don't think he's quite ready for Terence Crawford. I think if a fighter like David Villa can land them shots against Terence Crawford, not Terence Crawford, sorry, Jerome Ennis, then imagine what Terence Crawford can do. Terence Crawford is a pound for pound elite level talent, but not only that, he's got great timing, great accuracy with his shots, and I just think he's right now he's got a bit too much for Jerome Ennis. But tell me what you think. Do you think what I'm downplaying how good Jerome Ennis is, or do you think I'm underrating him, or do you think what I'm saying has got some truth and validity to it? I feel like Jerome Ennis is definitely one of the most talented fighters out of the young fighters in the welterweight division. He seems to have it all: speed, power, a willingness to engage. He can box, he can punch, he can fight on the inside. He's got a decent defense. But I just think he doesn't have the seasoning yet needed to beat someone like Terence Crawford. I mean, the fighter that probably could have come closest to beating Terence Crawford was Errol Spence. And look what Terence Crawford did to him. So at this point in time, I think it's undeniable. Terence Crawford is a special fighter, and I think it'll be quite similar to when Floyd Mayweather fought Canelo. We saw how Floyd Mayweather completely whitewashed him because Canelo just wasn't ready for that. Well, if you look at Jerome Ennis, very talented fighter, has got a lot going for him, but I don't think he's got the seasoning yet to fight someone like Terence Crawford at this point in time. And not only that, he could potentially destroy his career because he could get knocked out. Terence Crawford has got frightening power. I mean, we saw what he did to Errol Spence, dropped him like 3-4 times. I mean, the thing about Mayweather is fighting him at a young stage in your career is not going to physically destroy you because Mayweather's not a puncher. You might get embarrassed, you might be professionally destroyed, but he's not going to physically destroy you. But going in there against a Terence Crawford when you're young in your career could potentially destroy your career. I mean, there's been many fighters that have not recovered since they fought Terence Crawford. I mean, look at someone like Indongo. Indongo fought him for a unification bout for the 140 weight class. Indongo had 2 belts. Terence Crawford had 2 belts, and after Terence Crawford destroyed him, he's never been the same again. And the same thing can happen to Jerome Ennis if he's not careful. So tell me what you think below. Do you think I'm downplaying how good Jerome Ennis is, or do you think I've got some validity in what I'm saying? Tell me what you think below, and like and subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more content coming your way. Peace.